Hello there, my name is Musa Watabu, and I'm excited to do this because one, I'm very passionate about livelihood, different sources of livelihood for young people, and of course, economical empowerment. Why I love issues to do the economical empowerment is because most of us, in one way or the other, we need to have a source of income to sustain our lives, to sustain the lives of those who depend on us, to just live a decent life. You and I need some income, or if we don't have that income, then all of us are going to be beggars. And if all of us become beggars, then who would be able to come out and rescue all of us? So, economic empowerment is important, and as a nation, as a continent, for us to make any strides in terms of development, we need to ensure that our people are economically empowered, our brothers and sisters, our cousins, everyone we meet, all the Kenyan citizens and the African people are well empowered, so that there are a couple of discussions that the globe is now engaging in, and for us really to get our position at the table, we need to be economically empowered. And many times I've been talking about this topic, and already I've mentioned why I'm passionate about it. And on this occasion, I would like to address an issue which many people have been coming back to me asking that, we would like to join business and start making money. But there is one problem, there is one barrier, which is called fear. Woga, watu ni waoga, because we feel maybe I could start this business venture, but what if? And as long as there is that what if question in you, you realize it's very difficult for you to put your shillings, your savings into that business venture that we've been thinking about. So, how do we overcome this what if? But even before we talk about how to overcome this fear, it is really of great importance to realize that watu wako na uoga. Anything you fear spending, it means ni pesa ambayo umetafuta kwa shida, umeipata na jasho fulani. So you are very careful on how you want to spend it, because you just don't want to spend hard-earned money carelessly and lose it, because pesa ni kitu inakam inaenda. And so when I hear and read many young people asking me, hii uoga naitoaje? Many people coming to me and asking, hii kitu wewe unaanzaga aje? How do you overcome the fear? I realize people are a bit more meticulous in how they really want to spend their money, because ni pesa ambayo ume-earn kwa bala. So you can't earn money through sweat and then you just spend it anyhow. So it is great, and I appreciate that these are very relevant questions, and I would like to use this video very briefly just to talk about how do we overcome this fear. So first of all, biashara ni ngori. I don't want to lie to you. Biashara ni ngumu. If you are faint-hearted, if you are not a hard worker, if you're not willing to put in your all, wachana na biashara. Nenda utafute kibarua uandikwe, uchape job. But if you want to get into business, you must be willing to work your way out. You must be willing to have sleepless nights. You must be willing to put in and give your all. And so before you get into business, ensure that one, it is something that you're passionate about. You can't be someone you don't like, for example, stuff to do with haupendi nduthi, and then you fungua a garage ya kurepair motorbikes. Haupendi issues to do with racing, and then you get into a boutique. Get into a business that you know this is something you love, so that you'll be able to do it with passion. Two, as you think about a business idea, always remember this is something you want to do day in, day out. So kama wewe ni mtu unaboeka haraka, at leo unauza chipo, kesho umerana kwa soda, kesho kuta unauza chai, you can't make it, because you need to get something that you'll be able to do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Monday. So something that you can consistently do, but keep on improving, learning here and then, ensuring that you refine it until it becomes the greatest business venture that you and I would see. So before you get into business, develop or think of an idea that you're passionate about. Get something ambayo inakubamba. Usianze kufanya kitu juu mse fulani anaifanya, your friends are doing it, you also start doing it. In the process, after 2-3 months unaboeka, inakuudhi, and then you drop the ball. Already umesha put in money. So if you stop and your money is in there, what happens? 2, my friend, fanya research. Biashara si ya mama ya mtu. If you just get into business before you do your own research, then you're risking a lot. You need to read, and nowadays Google imekuja, and it is most of us have smartphones. Read as much as you can, understand what you want to get into. Don't get into business umanza kuran business, how do you understand the market dynamics, the legal aspects, because if you want to do a business, ensure it is registered. You need to understand the legal aspects A to Z. You need to know how are the market levers. Where do you get your products? How do you source for your product? How do you what's the market gap that you want to come and fill? So understanding the market dynamics is very important. And also, you need to understand what's the reason behind you starting that business idea. For example, business can only be started on 2 conditions. It's either from a demand or supply a basis. So is it the reasons for you to start a business, is it demand driven or supply driven? Usianze biashara because maybe umekaa tu ukaona umepita place inakaa fiti. What are the reasons behind you developing that idea and wanting to start that business? How much capital is needed? I meet many people, I talk to them, hii business unataka kuanza na do ngapi? Ati ile do nitapata. You can't start business na do utapata. It means you have not done your research well. You need to understand this business venture I want to start small. How much money is needed? The capital expenditure that you need to put into business, lazima understand mapema. You can't start business and say, atile pesa ambayo nitapata ndio nitaanza nayo. It never works like that. It means if you got a capital for example 1 million bob, utaweka ndani. If you got 10 bob, utaweka ndani. So it means that you haven't worked on your numbers properly. So for you to successfully start a business venture, understand it properly, do your research properly, ensure you understand the market dynamics, you have understood where to source your products, where are you going to sell your products, for instance, is what are the reasons behind you starting this business venture? Is it demand driven or supply driven? And also start small, my brother, my sister. I know all of us, many of us would really want people on social media, our friends, our cousins, wase ushago wafikiria kwamba you're doing so well in the city. But I can tell you, biashara anza kidogo. There is always room for growth, room for adapting to changes that would come along the way, and also room for scaling up. So start small. Wacha kusema ati mimi baba yao. Hakuna baba lao kwa biashara. Business is a risk and you need to start small. Why start small? Starting small enables you to pilot out your idea. You test the waters properly to ensure that one, you've understood your concept properly, you've understood the market dynamics, you know what it means to wake up every morning and do the same thing. Utakuwa umesha understand. So that when you add in more capital, now you understand that this is something that really is doable. I can do it on a day-to-day basis and I'm willing to put in my all. Start small, please. A journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step. So usianze atunda kutuchocha. So we want to know that when ndio baba yao, please. Tutajua ni baba yao, but biashara itaku wipe out, utaanguka, utaenda nyumbani. So start small, please. People will judge you, waseme fulana maanza hivi. Yeah. You start small, let them talk. After 1 year, 2 years, they will now come and tell you, hey bro, hii kitu kianza ilikuwa tu ndogo, imekuwa this big. Start small. And I'm telling you this from experience. Start small. And still, I would like to tell you this, that whatever I'm sharing with you isn't exhaustive of the things you need to do to overcome the fear to start a business venture. Becoming an entrepreneur is a long process. There are many challenges and it requires learning. There is one statement I love using, that on every journey you take, there is always someone who's coming back. When you are joining the world entrepreneurs and you'd like to start your own business, please ask as many questions. within that business venture that you want to get into. You might want to do kinyozi, you might want to do chipo, you might want to get the hotel industry, you might want to do the clothing industry. There are people already within that sector. Ask them questions so that you understand exactly that wao ndio wafike pale mahali penye wako. What have they been doing? Where did they fail so that you avoid the mistakes they went through? There are many things, there are many articles, many videos done by different mentors. But I would tell you, the many mentors we talk about, the many motivational speakers we hear, some of them, hii stuff hawajaifanya, labda wameisoma ama wameisikia. I can tell you, my brother, my sister, biashara si ya mama ya mtu. Start small, ask questions, read, research, and be ready to work hard, because we get into this stuff and we want to be our own bosses. One of these fine days, I would really want to talk about how starting your own business makes you your own employee. I can assure you for free that this narrative that I want to be my own boss, it never comes easy. You will be your own employee for a long period of time before you become your own boss. It takes time. And as I finish, fear doesn't pay. I haven't heard of any human being under the sun who was so fearful until he was paid. You can't pay bills for being a coward. Yes, starting business is a risk, but you must do it because fear won't pay you. To continue learning and getting these tips on how to become an entrepreneur, kindly stay tuned on our YouTube channel, Teketeke Nation Live. Tuko hapa nyumbani. Thank you so much. God bless you. Tuchape kazi.